We're going to be jumping onto the map for a full rematch between these two teams. Last time they met, it was a 16-13 scoreline in favor of Endpoint. And now Luminary going to be starting off on that T side, looking to try and take round 2, essentially, of this matchup on train.
And already, Luminary sticking a fair few players over towards Popdog. They're going to go down the ladder, and they're going to go for this A push with the smoke into connector. You can see Aaron not able to do anything. That being said, the boost now comes in, so his teammate can assist the site hold, and already a couple of kills coming out here. Aaron also chiming in. This just kills all across the board for Endpoint. Pulse survives on 1 HP, and not a single frag for Luminary.
Yeah, that is not the way you want to start the game for your Luminary. Going for a very fast, aggressive play. I like the mentality there. I like the mindset of going and trying to make things happen early on into the game, but unfortunately really didn't work out for them. And the fact that Pulse survives at 1 HP is just very unlucky for them, but now we're going to see some rifles across the board, a couple of Famuses, and then 2 SMGs as well for Endpoint. So potential for Mighty Max and Aaron to really start to build up an economy for themselves in this round if they can find those kills. But just like we saw last game, these Deagles, these CZs can definitely falter a force buy like this.
We do already see Aaron getting aggressive with this MP9 in towards Popdog, trying to play up close, and I think he may have heard some steps there. I believe there's a player jumping around towards the top of Pop, looking for info. Oh, in the meantime, though, there we go. Mace with his Deag steps up. I certainly remember him making a couple of Deagle plays in the past, and ooh, the feet are spotted, but Aaron won't be able to get the kill there, so that's going to force him to fall back. Doesn't want to be too exposed. He will upgrade to the FAMAS. Because he threw the nade out, he felt safe, and that nade actually did considerable damage. So Luminary could struggle on the push through. There we go. 1 kill comes in, but they're doing damage back. Trades back and forth. The Endpoint finally gained control. It's Aaron who got 3 kills there very, very quickly to shut it down.
Yeah, that FAMAS is going to be able to easily take those aim battles at long range. The Deagle came up strong at the start of the round for Luminary, but they weren't able to transition that into anything. Couldn't quite make that man advantage work for themselves. And once again, Endpoint now with 2 rounds in a row. They're going to be going up against a full eco from the side of Luminary. This should be a very easy round for them. This should be a one and done deal. And a 3-0 scoreline you'd expect to come on through. And then after that, that's when the game starts to really open up for the side of Luminary. Pulse with the M4 here. He's going to be the one at the brunt of the action. Smoke comes on through, but they're going to push regardless. The spray comes through, though. Oh. S4 doesn't quite get 5. Luzza steals it, but he'll be happy with a 4-man spray down.
Oh, I thought it was an ace for a second there, but stolen away, as always. Never allowing the ace to come through. Either way, we've got the AWP coming out for the Luminary side, and Endpoint won't go for one into this round. They decide to keep a few of their weaker weapons, a couple of SMGs in the mix. Certainly pretty common to do this because they can always just buy up into the next round if they lose this one. And even just doing damage to Luminary could allow the reset to come in. So very understandable. And also, these SMGs can get aggressive. Run and gun potential is certainly there, and Aaron getting into a main certainly is information gathered, but the counter flash is on point. Mace manages to shut him down early on. Having said that, Mighty Max wants a little bit more action. He pushes through with the second SMG. He's not going to be able to find the frag though, so Mace survives and Luminary get that man advantage.
They certainly do, and with the AKs on board as well, that man advantage, it's unlike the last round where we saw just pistols coming through. Oh, sorry, the second to last round. We had the Deagles, they had CZs, but they couldn't really turn a man advantage into much. This time around with AKs, it's a very possible round, especially with the AWP in the hands of Arnolda. Forced down to half HP. And we'll see where Luminary want to push things. 50 seconds still on the clock. They do have time to play with, but they have to start to decide which site they are going to commit to here. And it looks like B will be the call, but 3 players here stacked on B from the side of Endpoint. Just 1 player over towards the A side. Here we go. Pulse finds 1 though through the smoke, and that's going to even things up now. Weber just laying in wait. The push about to come through here for Luminary.
Yeah, but with little time left, they need to go now. The bomb is down, and Endpoint are in very good positions. Having said that, the flank comes in. Lorty gets a double from behind, and that might have saved the round. He's looking for the third, knows where Weber is, but it's Archer to steal it away. And if he'd have denied the bomb plant, there would have been a chance. But now he needs 3 kills. That being said, a couple of players are low, but they can manage to spray him down. And it's Lorty stepping up. He's the player that you were saying we haven't really seen much from. Well, he steps up here, gets a 3K, and wins them their first round. That being said, that was still very close, and Endpoint should now get pretty much a full buy, apart from Aaron, who... Ooh, okay, interesting buy. Weber gets the auto sniper. Aaron gets just the MP9 when he had more money. Yeah, this is certainly interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they go with this one. Perhaps feeling confident in this matchup, but we'll have to see. AKs across the board here for the side of Luminary. Shoulder peek is going to spot a player out there, so Pulse can just back away, drop a smoke, make sure that he plays that one safe. You can see a couple of players here just playing around Pop Dog. Aaron waiting. He knows that he knew he was going to be holding that close angle, so getting the SMG just to try and get some money from that position. Still 5v5 though, no one actually finding a pick just yet. Mace pushes very aggressively, gets one for himself and gets away with it. Very nice play.
Yeah, pushing into Olaf, always pretty favorable for the T side. Seems as though it's often a position that's overlooked. In the meantime, though, Aaron running out through the molly, catches Mace back. Oh, no. Ah! Oh, hello. There's the AK. Jeez, he was juggling the guns there for a second.
Yeah.
Practicing to be a clown, maybe? I don't know.
Butterfingers there. Aaron does get the gun eventually. It could have been pretty disastrous for him if anyone had peeked at that particular situation. Pulse finds another one. And well, this is just about the round done now. You'd expect that maybe these AKs will just be held by the side of Luminary. They're going to secure the bomb for themselves at least. Luzzer peeking on out and actually gets shut down. And that kind of opens things up once again. Aaron falls as well. This is big from Archer. This could be the difference between a round win and loss. Weber spotted him. Oh, he gets it anyway. The auto sniper coming up huge right there for Weber. Pulse and Weber still remaining right now as Adam tries to get the plant. It's not happening. Weber is having none of it.
I mean, I was questioning it a little bit, but there we go. Even up close, the no-scope comes in straight to the dome of the bomb planter. And that means that now Endpoint look in control of this one. Their money isn't great. However, they've put Luminary down to an awful buy. That being said, the B site can be exploited if you have a smoke to get up close especially, but that's not something that's in play. So instead they go down Pop Dog. Mighty Max has been aggressive in the past, as has Aaron, but it's Max to spray them down alongside Aaron with the M4. Unfortunately for Luminary, they just couldn't get the first kill they needed. And I don't mind that idea because Aaron had been aggressive into Pop previously, but this time they were just waiting outside. They heard the steps and they could line themselves up for the hold.
Yeah, 4 kills there for Mighty Max, and that was a huge amount of cash just dropped right on into his pocket there. 7-0-2 for that player. We've got 8-0-2 as well on Pulse. Endpoint looking very comfortable in this matchup right now. We could see, honestly, in this matchup, we could see that instead of Luminary managing to close the gap, we could see that Endpoint have just improved across the course of the season and maybe just have an even more convincing result right here. Pulse finding the first one of the round, gets the second one. Bomb is now down and Mighty Max manages to chime in with 2, makes that 3. 2 rounds in a row. Mighty Max is just racking up these UMP kills.
A lot of cash built up for him. Auto Sniper is still in the hands of Weber, and because he's been holding that B site, he's been allowed to play there alone. They feel confident in leaving him solo B with that weapon, so that certainly helped Endpoint on the A holds. They've had plenty of players watching towards A main to be able to shut the Luminary down, and yet again, only pistols. This time this should be a B play, and Weber has the Auto Sniper. He is also going to call for the rotate. He doesn't really get damage done early on, but he gets the information. Now the rotate comes in. Weber, oh, gets shut down by Lorty. The D comes in. That is going to allow the bomb to go down, and Archer somehow wins that fight against Mighty Max. So it's actually a man advantage for Luminary. That being said, with the weaponry and the nades, Endpoint's still looking good.
Yeah, 2 players remaining. CZ and a P250 is just not going to be enough, but up against the likes of Pulse. Adam is here, has no utility whatsoever. He wants to peek, he wants to shut down the... Oh my god, Adam with 2 headshots. That was ridiculous to the CZ. And now Luzzer, he's going to have to just stick the defuse right now. Adam knows what's going on. Luzzer, I don't think... Yeah, they get the round. That was absolutely amazing coming out from Adam, securing the round with a CZ. Luzzer, you can see him knifing the air, frustrated with that one. And Luminary get themselves on the board.
I mean, easy for CZ, clearly.
Short work as well. Yeah. First bullet headshot, couple more, gets another one. Easy pickings for Adam. And well, that is going to get Luminary back on into this one. AKs across the board, an AWP as well. And we'll see if they can get this round. But once again, the risk of a reset comes on through. If Endpoint can play this one well, if they can get a round on the board here, Luminary find them in a very difficult situation.
Aaron loving that aggression, but Luzzer liking it more. He goes for the peek out towards Ivy and gets the first pick. Now he repositions up on top of the green tree. That molly not going to spread, but Aaron has to put the smoke down. He wasn't confident that A main was being held. That being said, the kills are all already coming in. Luzzer managed to get a second. Mighty Max also chiming in. Weber has also pushed through B, so Luminary just in an awful position now. I don't think Weber will push any further, so Adam should be safe for now. But they need someone to make a play, and Adam will look to do so. Flash goes down. Really well played there to force Aaron to turn his back. That's at least 1 kill in reply, but they still need many, many more. And they are going to try and bring the bomb back towards B. If Weber were to fall here, there's a chance, but I don't think Adam expects it. Yeah, there we go. Weber using his experience. Good little off angle, and Archer has it all to do.
Weber even finds another one at the end there. Nice round from Endpoint, and that is going to shut down any semblance of an economy from Luminary. 7-2 is a massive advantage for the side of Endpoint at the 10th round now. And well, this is honestly looking very similar to our first game of the day. I was thinking that Luminary were going to be able to put up a really good performance here, but so far it's not been looking fantastic. Now, we do have to talk about the fact that Train is very CT-sided. It's still possible that over towards the second half of the game, Luminary have a similar performance to what we've seen out of Endpoint. Look at this, though. Aaron once again with 2 to start the round off. Fantastic stuff. And all of the information he could ever want. I mean, this is just an eco round, but it's still fantastic to get these kills on the board, and especially when you're using an SMG.
Ooh. Weber shooting the bodies. I like it. Well, I mean, we saw last game a player go, I think, 0 for 10. Arnolda has done the same. He's also been picking up that AWP a couple of times, but he hasn't been able to get it as often as he would have hoped. So I'm sure that's playing into it in parts. And you can see this round he's forced down to a scout. So that's not going to make things easy for him either, especially with the lack of utility here for Luminary. They're going to have to make sure every single smoke and, well, I was going to say flashes, but they've only got 1 flash. So that 1 flash needs to be on point, as do the smokes. And it looks as though they want to go for this B play. This does look like the weakness because Weber is here alone. Oh, they've pushed into the site, but Weber in position can deny the bomb plant. Only the 1 kill for now, but there we go. Adam gets the trade, so the bomb can now be planted. It's Endpoint, though, who again have a lot of utility, but kills still coming through for Luminary.
Yeah, here we go. Arnolda does have a scout for himself. Only 8 HP to work with, though, and the AWP in the hands of Luzzer can be absolutely massive. 4 versus 3, though. This is still a great situation for the side of Luminary. They've already got the bomb down. The push has to come in quickly from Endpoint. They're trying to make short work of this defense. Oh, Lorty is going to be caught up. Pulse has been MVP for me so far right now. He's going to push up, shut down immediately by Arnolda. Does he have a Molotov in his inventory? Doesn't look like it. Mighty Max is going to go down to try and get the defuse, but Adam is on the scene. Luzzer just has to back away, try and keep that AWP in his inventory, just trying to run away with the situation. There we go, Luminary, 3 rounds on the board. They're starting to whittle away at the Endpoint economy at this stage.
Adam hunting down the AWP here. I was going to say Luminary's money is the one that's a little bit worrisome, so I'm kind of surprised to see him trying to hunt it down.
Yeah, I said they're trying to whittle away at the Endpoint economy. I was a little bit wrong there. It's still $10,000 in Luzzer's inventory. Weber had 12 at the start of this round as well. So they're still feeling pretty good, but a couple more rounds like that would certainly do a lot of damage. And you can see Weber basically had to rebuy for half of his team in that round. So there is definitely potential for this to start to swing in favor of Luminary. They just got to start to chain a couple of these rounds together.
Yeah, again, a few nades missing on the Luminary side due to only surviving with one player in the previous round. Arnolda ended up going down to the bomb as well, but Weber again will be under pressure, and he gets annihilated. Archer gets a quick headshot through, no damage done from Endpoint, and now you might want to think about saving. They do have lots of nades, but Archer continues to frag. A second kill coming in for him. Here's the step. There's a third. And Archer steps up for his team. Lauti on the flank will ensure the AWP isn't saved. And Endpoint's money now might not be great. Mighty Max also falling. So Luminary, surprisingly, just win pretty much every aim fight there. And yeah, look at Endpoint's money now. This might be a slightly weakened buy.
Yep, still 12,000 for Loza, so he should be able to make this force work for his team just by throwing a couple of rifles around. And Aaron, we've already seen, is very happy to run around with that SMG and make that happen in a close angle over towards Pop Dog. But two AWPs coming on through, one for Weber, one for Loza. They'll set up around the map. Loza just going to be looking towards mid. There we go, one kill for himself. Doesn't quite find the second shot, but he knows where all of these players are. And the rest of the team can rotate on towards this A site. We'll see how this is going to pan out. Mighty Max stepping on him into position. Loza still watching. Cannot find these frags though. Keeps on missing these shots. That could be really detrimental. Another player on the CT side drops. Oh, but look at this. Mighty Max sneaks through. He doesn't land the shots. Aaron now has to step up for his team. It's 3 versus 2 in favor of Luminary. Lottie wants to plant the bomb. Aaron is here. Should be able to shut this one down. Finds him in the end. 2 versus 2 now.
Ooh. Dink comes in, but it's through the walls. So Aaron survives on 61 HP. And Weber now, he's in the open there, so he needs to hit that shot. Does get the first, and Adam wasn't ready for the trade. Having said that, Adam here making a somewhat smart play. I think Weber is aware this is an option, but he can't really risk peeking that angle. So Adam goes in towards the back lanes. Now, though, he's coming back towards Ivy, and you can see Weber's gone passive. Oh, no, he's not going to hold the angle, though. I thought he was going to hold that cross, but he's pushed out elsewhere. So Adam is just going to stick to A, and this could very well be a free bomb plant. Indeed, it will be. Now the question is, where does he play after he gets the bomb down? He has a lot of options. Playing from heaven wouldn't be an awful idea. I think this position, though, is a little bit difficult. If he were to get pushed by both players, the trade should be able to come in. Either way, here we go. Adam looking to just play down the time. Weber gets to switch to an AK as well, so the trade looking even more possible. And Adam, I don't think will be watching the right side here. Push comes in. Aaron, oh, very quick headshot. No chance for Adam on the hold. And I believe there is a lot of time for the defuse.
Yeah,
I mean, I say a lot, but a little bit close. They're good, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to grab that one for themselves. Really, really nice little peek there from Aaron just to find that headshot and make that one happen. 94 here. But honestly, Luminary still got a good bit of cash on their side. This is actually probably a more convincing buy. Aside from the 2 AWPs that have come through from the last round, it's actually a more convincing buy here for Luminary than it will be for Endpoint, which, you know, if Luminary could just get 2 more rounds on the board, that's actually a pretty decent T-side result going on into the second half. Tactical pause actually coming through here. So both teams really starting to sweat a little bit, starting to feel the pressure. Endpoint, if they lose this round, it's very likely they'll lose the next as well. And like I said before, 6-9 would be quite a score that Luminary would be happy to work with.
Yeah, and even though on the scoreboard, the frags aren't exactly looking great for Luminary, they're getting the round wins that they need to. So that's the main thing to look for. Nonetheless, it is still 2 AWPs on Endpoint's side, and Luminary don't have one to work with for Arnolda. That being said, Arnolda hasn't really been able to get anything done with that AWP, so it might not be a massive detriment to them. It's mainly been the AKs making the difference. Looks as though this B play could be coming through shortly. Weber currently in position, but he should be smoked off if the push were to come out. That could put a lot of pressure on Mighty Max to try and lock down the site. He has got the M4A4 though, so 30 bullets to try and spray them down. And it looks as though, I was going to say it should be a full-on push, but Arnolda might go for some aggression before the nades come in. Just as I said that though, now the smokes come in, now the push will follow. And
Mighty Max finds the first one of the round, and he is in the perfect position to continue to spray right here. Adam knows where he is. Oh, dodging through the flames there. Couldn't quite see his head. Max hides, but it is going to be the rest of his team picking up the kills. Endpoint with a 10th on the board. And well, cash very much in their favor here. This should be a 11th round for Endpoint, assuming that the buy makes sense. Aaron actually, despite having an AK available to him, still just wants to go with the SMG. He's not fussed right now. Mace, the only one with a rifle on the side of Luminary. Theoretically, this should be an Endpoint round, but we've seen crazier things happen.
Where's Aaron going to go? I think I know. Yep, Hot Dog. He loves it. Every single time. I mean, with the MP9, it obviously makes sense. That's what he had planned at the start of the round, but he could be under pressure. Nade forces him back. Some damage done. Flash could come through. We've seen it be successful in the past. Ooh, that doesn't blind him. Oh no, it's Archer who's blind. The trade does come out. The CZ luckily gets that through. But you can already see the rotation coming in from Endpoint and the AWPs in play. And Luzza spots the legs. There's the first frag. Doesn't get the second though. Lotte gets another trade. So not bad for Luminary, but a couple of players now are low as the bomb goes down.
Yeah, firepower still in favor of Endpoint right now, but good grenades are going to set them up for a plan. The plan doesn't matter, though, in this round in terms of money. It's just about actually winning the round. Lungy, 4 HP and a dream right now. He's in a 1 versus 3. Gets one through the smoke. Fantastic work with the CZ, but easily capitalized there. This will be the defuse. And it'll be an 11-4 first half here in favor of Endpoint. Good stuff to start this one. But now going over towards the terrorist side, it is very possible for a comeback here. This is a very CT-favored map. We have seen crazier things happen. And we've seen, especially last week, we saw a game between, I think it was Endpoint and Epiphany Bolt, I want to say, where it wasn't a one-sided game. It was a very close scoreline in the end, but the two halves were both very one-sided. That could be a situation that we see. We've definitely seen some semblances of life from Luminary across the course of the first half. They just need to be able to make that more consistent. Maybe the CT side is what they require.
Yeah, certainly. Again, throughout the UK Prem, we've certainly seen Luminary have potential, but generally they just haven't quite been able to capitalize upon that. And that was kind of the story of that first half, to be honest. Luminary not quite getting that many round wins, even if they did take a few of them fairly close. And so heading into this second half, the pistol round is going to be rather important. Let's see if they can get that to go their way, because if this pistol round is won by Luminary, as you said, they are right back in this one. Archer going to go for that CZ. We're seeing a few more players pick up the CZ on the pistol round, trying to play up close. In the meantime, Endpoint do have 2 players investing into utility, Mighty Max and Aaron, but they've also dropped P250s for Weber and Luzza, so the potential for some more longer range headshots for the T side, and already Endpoint sticking together as a pack over towards B.
This B site has definitely been the favorite for both of the teams so far. Obviously, Endpoint only making 1 push so far. And, well, they've yet to even commit to that one. But Adam going to be holding this long-range angle. Will be flashed. Can he find the shot? The answer is no. Luzza starts things off. That P250 you were talking about coming up strong. CZ can't quite find it. Weber gets another one. Well, this defense is already falling apart for Luminary. Just couldn't quite find those shots with the USPs. Pulse with the CZ gets another. And, well, Archer, or Arnolder, sorry, all on his own. Does have the P2000. Maybe he can make something happen if he can find those headshots, if he can connect those bullets. Going to be able to find these closer range duels. That could be what he needs. Looking for Mighty Max, gets it, taps the bomb, looks up. Oh no, he didn't look long enough. Weber doesn't get him though. Still able to pull himself into this situation, trying to find a different way to take this duel. Weber's going to hear him coming and actually just hiding on top of the ladder. But he's all out of time. Doesn't have a kit. This isn't going to happen for him. Arnolder is going to go down in the end. Had to reload. That is going to be Endpoint managing to grab themselves that round. 12-4 now, and cash in the pockets.
Yeah, looking good for Endpoint. They will be very aware that this is almost certainly a force for Luminary, and because of that, they are going to pick up a fair few rifles, 2 AKs and a Galil in the mix. Weber going for that Galil means he can also get a full set of nades, so they make sure they have the utility to try and counter any aggression that could come through. And speaking of aggression, Archer is going to peek in towards upper B, but that's not where the action is happening. It's going to be a push out towards A. They go through the smoke, and the CZs are up close. The kills could come in, but Whew, that was dangerous. Having said that, they win the fight, so it looks like Endpoint should be able to clean this up now.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dangerous for them, but just winning out those aim duels in the end. Aaron finding one onto Lorty as well. And Archer, he's got a deagle, but against 4 players, it's certainly not an easy task for him. If he could find a headshot onto Weber, the rest will die to a body shot. It's still a possible situation, but again, not an easy one. There is the headshot we were talking about. Maybe he can make this magic happen. Aaron's just going to be waiting in the wings right there. Is Archer going to try and push for this one, though? If he wants to make it happen, he has to go now. He has to make the situation come to him. Looking for Pulse, doesn't quite land the shot. Now onto Aaron, finds the deagle. Not quite enough damage to finish off Pulse in 1 bullet. Survived on 15. And that is going to be the round going the way of Endpoint once again. AK starting to come on through, as well as a couple of SMGs, and Luminary. I'm not feeling good about this one.
No. I mean, Archer gets a P250 at least. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
The attack of the pigeon. He's back once again.
Not a great looking pigeon, is it? I mean, no pigeons really look good. Let's be honest.
That's mean. That's a mean thing to say. That's racist.
I've got to say, I'm a hawk.
That is true. Bird of prey.
Yeah.
Webb is a bird of prey. Playing from up high right here. Arnoldo getting an assist on that team kill right there. Well, this is all done and dusted already. Archer, last man standing, P250. Not going to be able to make anything happen with this one. Luzza should be able to quite easily win out this duel with his AK. Will peek around the corner. Actually just completely misses. Doesn't even land a single shot there. Archer has now been spotted, though. Now that they know exactly where the player is, there's very realistically not much of a way that he can make that one happen. 2 players charge on in. And it's another round on the board. Endpoint just 2 away now from a victory on Train. And Luminary, you have to question what has happened, what the difference is here between the first time this matchup happened and now, because last time it was 16-13 final scoreline. Right now, it feels like Luminary are going to struggle to get a 5th on the board.
Yeah, I don't remember if they started CT side on that first game. Could have certainly been the case, but yeah, starting T side seemed to cost them pretty heavily, and they've just fallen too far behind, it seems like. Luzza has got the one AWP in play. Archer's already been chunked down to 31 HP, so not the best start for the CTs. Oh, Luzza should have spotted the feet there, but Arnoldo is up above. Yeah, Luzza scoping in. That's an easy spray down for Arnoldo. Luzza actually got a shot off, but doesn't connect. So that means that Luminary get the man advantage they were looking for. Having said that, their nades aren't looking great. At the same time, though, Weber just decides to peek towards upper B. That didn't feel like the necessary play there, considering he was alone. And looking pretty good for Luminary now. A 2-man advantage. Mighty Max will go for the smoke to try and get up close, but Endpoint's still not grouped up just yet.
There we go, Mighty Max looking for the peek. Can't quite get the spray transfer there. Mace finds that kill for himself. Luminary very much looking to get this round on the board. Aaron just trying to take these aim duels right now. 2 players very low. Pulse finds one. You know, it wouldn't even surprise me if Endpoint still take this round. They've been so on point today in these aim duels. They've been so on point with finding these headshots. Pulse especially. And Aaron as well every time in Pop Dog. But Cloudy gets that one. Is going to be taken out, but in the end the trades come through. Nice play from Luminary. Get a 5th one on the board. Maybe some kind of miracle comeback is still possible. I don't want to start talking about it too early right here. We need to see something seriously good come out from Luminary if we're going to believe that that's possible still. But Endpoint, still enough money to get a few rifles on the board for themselves. And a Negev.
Yeah.
Interesting.
On the T side, very, very slow movement. We'll see how he peeks around the corner with that. Probably, yeah. I don't know how that's going to work.
This doesn't feel like strategy. Here we go. Pulse going to take point with his Negev, or he's just going to bounce around. We'll have to see. But, well, I mean, Endpoint, 14-5. They're feeling confident, I think it's fair to say, with that purchase.
Yeah, feeling good, pretty good about their chances. I mean, I guess if Pulse gets like a really lucky shot when he's first shooting, that could happen, but it's so inaccurate on those first few shots. Not going to be easy. Smoke does come out. Arnolda's on the other side with the AWP, so Pulse could be taken down before he gets any action with the Negev, but it's not going to be the case just yet. Arnolda is forced to fall back. Ooh, that flash a little bit awkward, but it's Pulse leading the charge.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is a little scary for Luminary. Once they hear the shots, at least, I'm sure they will be somewhat worried, because there is a Terminator on the other side ready to try and spray them all down.
I'm ready to watch this Negev come into action. Here we go. Arnolda getting tagged heavily. And now, your smoke cannot save you against the likes of Pulse. Still 112 or 110 in the round. Oh, Mace not finding that one. Weber shuts him down. 3 players remaining on the CT side. It's not looking good for Luminary, but they do start to even it up slightly. But my Max says, naughty Lorty, don't kill my players. 4v2, make that 4v1 as Archer once again finds himself alone here. Looks for Luzzer, but he's not going to be able to take down the player with the sniper. And that is 15-5. Match point for Endpoint. You could say that they are looking for the Endpoint in this round. And, well, scouts coming out for Luminary. I think they know what the result is going to be.
I mean, all I'm saying is that as soon as Pulse dropped the Negev and switched to the AK, he then promptly died. And no one else on his team did. So I think that's fair enough. If you buy a Negev, you have to commit to it, you know? Exactly.
Yeah, when you commit $5,000 to that purchase, you would hope that you commit to the round with it. But Aaron finds the first one of this round, and well, if the situation wasn't dire enough for Luminary already, a 5 versus 4 is not going to really help.
Pulse should get this kill. The scout not able to do anything. I think that was a smoke coming in, but Endpoint are already pushed up through Ivy. And yeah, not much to be done at this point. Weber going to flash his way down. Adam is on the flank. He's going to try and not make any noise. Now he comes down. There's the first frag. Should be the second, as Aaron was low. So that's at least something to work with, but it's not for much longer. Luz has taken him down, and there it is. Endpoint do close it out. I think it was was that 16-5 as well? The exact same scoreline as earlier today?
It was 16-4 earlier.
Oh, wow. So slightly closer, I guess. We were right, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping it would be a little bit closer than that one, but that is going to be Endpoint now 5-2, which means they secure themselves second place in the standings. Fantastic stuff coming out from Endpoint. We did expect them to be favorites. I didn't expect them to dominate the game quite like they did there, but you can see the progression over the course of this season. Earlier on in the season, this was a 16-13 matchup, but Endpoint have continued to rack up that momentum across this season and showing that they're going to be going into playoffs as a favorite.
Yes, certainly. We saw here all of their players show up. When that happens, they are a very dangerous team. Weber even doing damage with the auto sniper, always fun to see. The last kill here was pretty nasty. Just a cheeky no-scope, why not? There you go. But, yeah.
No-scopes are easier when you can just spam them.
Yeah, true. And yeah, just to be honest, Endpoint had everyone showing up. When that happens, it's always going to be very difficult for Luminary. I think Archer was the one player that was playing pretty well for the Luminary side of things. And that's always something we do say, that this ESL Prem gives these sort of newer players a chance to get some experience, maybe to, you know, put their name out there and try and get on a better roster into the future if this one doesn't stick around. But at least for the time being, Luminary... Okay.
Production having some fun with the remix right there. But yeah, you're absolutely right that some of the players can get a bit more of a name for themselves. Adam also had a few highlight moments there as well, mostly with a CZ, funnily enough. But it is going to be Endpoint managing to net that game for themselves. Fairly expected result coming on through in the end, and it's going to be Luminary, unfortunately, with another loss on the board. But that means that battle at the bottom of the scoreboard will continue. And we'll see how that's going to continue to pan out across the course of the next week or so. But let's take a look at the giveaway that we've got coming for you guys. I mentioned it earlier on tonight. We've still got that going on. A 24-inch gaming monitor is available. 144 Hz, all of that good stuff. Make sure to head over to esl.pm/CSGO comp, and you can have your shot at winning that brand new gaming monitor. Get yourself some extra gear to win your matchmaking matches with. But that is about it for our game number 2. But do not go anywhere, because our next matchup is going to be an absolute doozy. We have Wind and Rain going up against Vex. This is a 6-0 team against a 6-1 team.